Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Amala.
Asking for a $100 deposit for a first date. Not telling your date that you are trans. Being scared to go on dating apps because you're scared of matching with the Trump
The whole trans thing is kind of scary.
supporter. Guys, today we're reacting to modern dating takes, and it's a hellscape, I'll tell you that. Let's get into it.
Yeah, you better.
And it's a hellscape for men. Like, women are the ones that are creating this hell.
Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Because today we're getting into modern dating takes, and some of these are crazy. I want you to let me know in the comments down below which one of these takes the cake. Let's start off with a woman who wants a $100 deposit before she goes on a date with a man.
If a man wants to take me on a date moving forward, I now require a $100 refundable deposit on a date.
At least it's refundable, I guess.
Hear me out. Man makes reservation, wants to take me out, wonderful, no problem. Gets there early. Okay, kudos for him. He calls me and says, I've made a mistake. Sir, what is the mistake that you've made? He says, I can't get in because I don't meet the dress code requirement. I say, well, what are you wearing? Because look at me. What? Okay,
You know, the dress code requirement hardly ever affects women. Ever. Like, I've been to the Magic Castle quite a few times. There's a dress code at the Magic Castle. It is a suit, jacket, and a tie. Must for men. Women are supposed to wear, you know, somewhat extravagant clothes, but I've literally seen women wear leggings at the Magic Castle. They don't get taken seriously when it comes to the dress code for women.
see you in a moment. I'll be there in a couple minutes. He goes, yeah, I forgot they had a dress code. You made the reservation. You said you've been here before. And you put on a jogging suit for a first date, mind you. Do people not try to put their best foot forward anymore? And don't get me wrong. If you wanted something casual, sir, you should have said meet me at Starbucks or Chipotle. I love a good bow. I would have showed up in my leggings, the worn out ones, oversized t-shirt, and some New Balance. So you will be paying, a man will be paying a $100 deposit if you want to take me on a date. If you show up and you can do the little bitty things like get in the establishment for
The attitude on this one. Now,
Right.
I get it. You don't want to show up in joggers probably to a first date. Now, he did mention he didn't know the place had a dress code, although he said he'd been there before. So we're getting a little bit of a rocky story there. But this sort of reaction to that, reacting and saying that you need a $100 refundable deposit for a date is insane. You are not a hair service. You're not providing any service at this point. You are being asked to go on a date to meet another person to see if you're compatible. You do not need a $100 refundable deposit for that. Oh my gosh. This is getting insane.
the reservation you made. Your $100 will be fully refunded before we leave the establishment, okay? Let's be clear on this before y'all hop on Beyonce's internet and say,
No. Ain't no Beyonce's internet, lady. It's Jay-Z's internet. Get it right.
I'm looking for money. No, I have my own coins. But it's not every day that a woman spends $170 for a beat like this. Can we?
And nobody told you to do that. Nobody told you to do that. And we've heard
bird
about
hands.
transactional dating, of course. And in a lot of ways, dating is transactional to some extent. But this is transactional dating. She's literally asking for a refundable transaction in order to go on a first date with her. Now, mind you, a lot of people might not go on a first date and even spend $100. She wants a $100 deposit.
And you might not get it back.
This is nuts.
Get into it. She ate with that one. Okay, but stay focused here, okay? Yeah, naturally, a woman's gonna do her own little 1-2 step on her everyday things. But to pay $170 for makeup for a date means I'm looking
$170 for makeup? What are you talking about?
good for your enjoyment. For myself first, and for you to enjoy as well.
I thought you said it was for yourself first. You literally said it was for yourself first. Why am I paying for something that is for yourself first?
Nails, pedicure, that's stuff I'm gonna do on a regular. If I'm sitting in the house bed rotting, I'm still gonna look good, okay? That's not a man's responsibility.
Can you guys see this? Even if they're not doing anything, they're still gonna spend money to bed rot in wonderful raptor claws.
Let's be clear on that, ladies, okay?
Really?
But to pay 170 for
Like
makeup,
the audacity to be able to tap on your phone into the camera like that.
and you can't get in the established. Oh, but don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. I went in and enjoyed myself.
Okay, I think that's enough of that one. I think this one's going to be a little bit too high maintenance for the man that she was going on the date with or attempting to go on the date with, and that's okay. To move forward saying you want a $100 deposit from other men because you're spending $170 on your makeup just to show up is wild. You do not need to be doing all that. They do not need to be doing all of that, but I hope she finds a man who matches her energy here because damn. Okay, next one. This one says, I got a Tinder date today. He doesn't know I'm trans. Okay. We're switching up the energies here. He doesn't know I'm going to ask him for a $100 refundable deposit. Now, he doesn't know that I'm trans. Guys, I'm going to be serious. This is something you have to disclose.
This is literally how people end up in the grave.
And I don't know why we're not disclosing this right out of the gate. I'm seeing video after video and account after account on the internet right now saying that it's not up to these individuals to have to disclose. It is not their responsibility. It absolutely is.
It totally is. Like, it doesn't make sense that you wouldn't disclose these things.
Not only for the informed consent of the person that you're going to be dating and maybe in a relationship with, but also for your own safety. And this is not to say that people deserve to go through unsafe situations on the other end of disclosing this when they fail to disclose. It's just to say those are things that actually do happen. So no, I would not recommend that you go on a date and not tell the man that you're trans. And what's your goal there? To not have a successful date, to be seen as a liar, to be seen as somebody who's hiding.
Sooner or later, it's gonna come out. Do you plan on like seducing this person, this man, to try to like be so infatuated with you before he realizes that, and then he's like, I'm already here, might as well. Is that what they're hoping for?
Something? Come on now. And I thought we were all happy and proud about this representation and these identities. So just be forthright with it. And if you think disclosing that might change the way in which your date goes or whether or not the date happens at all, that's definitely something you should disclose. Moving on. This girl says that she went on a date with a man, but he might have been too nice.
I think he's an awesome guy and maybe I'll see him again, but I just think he might be a little too nice for me. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. And like, that's usually the dream. But he
usually the dream.
Also really loves dogs. He's close to his family. He likes to travel. He's been
a good man.
Traveling. We were there for like...
And this is why, where are all the good men at? You don't like them. You literally do not like them.
That's usually the dream, but I want a nightmare. Is essentially what she's saying. I want to live in a nightmare every now and then.
Yeah,
he's
dream
too
everybody
nice.
wants.
2.5 hours. Complete gentleman. Paid for everything. I did my usual, like, do you want to split the bill? Of course, he said no. And he paid for my Uber home. And it was nice. It was nice to be on a date with like a good New York guy again. So I'll let you guys know if we see him again.
I'll let you guys know if we see him again, but he might have been too nice. He loves his family. He loves dogs, presumably have some good friends. I forgot exactly what the list was that she gave of him. She said he loves to travel, all things that she's looking for in a man, but he might have been too nice. And I feel like these are just individuals who want drama. They want things to be flipped on their head every now and then, and they don't.
These individuals will be called women.
I don't think this guy is capable of bringing that to their lives. Some women just want the bad boy trope of somebody that can turn around. I'm trying to be charitable here and really think about why somebody would not want somebody who's too nice. Is it because she thinks she can sort of walk all over him?
I think that's it. I think it's the too nice of men can't really protect you thing. I think that is the what triggers in their brain. If he's this nice, I mean, and I'm walking all over him, that means other men are walking all over him.
He's not masculine enough that maybe niceness is associated with femininity. That would be the charitable interpretation here. But give somebody...
I always think more niceness is kind of more associated with a doormat. I think that's what women associate niceness with.
A chance. You know, if a guy's coming to the table and is giving you niceness, okay, you have no idea what exists on like the other facets of his self and his personality and who he is as an individual. He's showing you his goodness. Lead with that. That's what you want out of a man.
Correct. Like, who wants to lead with, like, do you want to put your best foot forward? Yeah, you be nice and you be cordial about things. You don't want to be a dick right off the rip, right? Unless you're Chad.
Okay, you do want a man who is masculine and who is capable of, force and power and aggressiveness, but not towards you. You want a man who's going to be capable of all those things, but is nice to you.
Correct.
So maybe go on that second date and maybe start tailoring our wants, needs, and desires towards a nice man, because nice men are good men. And I know you're going to hear all these guys go, nice guys finish last. This is why I'm not a nice guy, yada yada yada. And to some extent, that can be true, especially in modern dating. But there are still women out there that want a nice man. Now, a nice man.
Just let us know where they are, Amala. I'll send my boys.
Masculine man.
I'll send
That's
the
for
boys.
sure. But nice, nonetheless. I don't see what the problem is here. And I have a feeling it's just she didn't like him for other reasons. Too nice is probably not. Too nice is probably not it. Now, speaking of not liking a man, we're going in a whole nother direction here. Now, this girl posted a literal balding man, possibly 6 years older than me, which what's the problem with that? You are 6 years older than her, you sick freak. Imagine that. Just asked for my number during my set and said he'd been watching me. I legit rage quit my workout and left. Oh, it's tough out there. We've seen the stats, particularly with young men. Over 50% of them said they've never approached a woman in public with the purpose of pursuing her in any way, shape, or form. And one of the many reasons that they say they haven't approached women or spoken to them is because they're scared of rejection. And this is a strong form of rejection. Not only did she rage quit her gym workouts and she left because
she made a whole video to post online about it to shame the man.
Because what? A guy expressed interest in her, but she decided to post that experience online. And that experience...
It's like, oh, men are attracted to women. We can't just look at her for a little bit and try to see if we might want to be with her or maybe approach or something. No. We just got to see someone. We like them. We just got to do it immediately, right? We can't hold back and be like, do they like me? Is this a good position or not? Or a good time to go approach her or not? No. We can't have
as
any
far
of
as
that.
this screenshot shows, got 45,000 likes on TikTok. What do you mean you're rage quitting because a guy hit on you? And what does him being 6 years older than you or bald have to do with anything other than the fact that you're trying to shame him for his appearance and his age? Some of these women really need to get over themselves. They need to
humble themselves, correct?
Being nice. Speaking of nice guys, we could have a little bit more niceness, a little bit more politeness. And while you don't have to give this man the time of day if you're not interested, you also don't have to rage quit a workout and go online and post your experience about him. That's insane. You guys are insane. And what is a man supposed to do? Okay.
And again, as you notice, it's mostly crazy women videos.
If a man that you found attractive walked up to you during your workout set and hit on you and said, oh, I just saw you, I've been watching you, can I get your number? You'd absolutely say yes. But because this guy doesn't happen to be your type or somebody that you're interested in, he's now getting this experience. I think we can exist in some place in the middle where if a guy you don't like or you're not interested in asks you something like this, you go, oh, no, thank you. And then you go back to your workout. Maybe, and you go back about your day.
Yeah, if she did it like that, no, thank you. Like that way, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm out.
Instead of like blaming this man on the internet for you not having a workout anymore. What are you guys doing? Okay, next. This girl is scared of going on dating apps because she might match with a Trump supporter.
I'm having a delayed reaction, but I just realized that I'm too scared.
I don't think anybody's matching with this one, even Trump supporters. So, especially Trump supporters.
Okay, let me just go ahead and translate that for you. She said, I'm having a delayed reaction. I'm finding that I'm too scared to use dating apps right now. Of course, it's paraphrasing. Now, she captions this, Trump and everyone voted for him for taking my sense of security away from me.
I want to go on and every message and every profile just makes me think that it could be somebody.
Can you just imagine these ladies just recording themselves crying like that and wiping their ears like It's so ridiculous. The ridiculousness.
That's emboldened by Trump.
She She's like, I want to go on and talk to people, but these messages and profiles are making me think I could be speaking to somebody who's emboldened by Trump. I think
I don't even think most men, even if they're Trump supporters, are gonna put in their thing Trump supporter. Like, men are not stupid.
is what she just said. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction here that there are other mental health issues at play with this woman that we're not fully getting a breakdown because of her experience with dating apps. There seems to be layers to this. I can't imagine this is a normal reaction for just about anybody who's finding themselves in this situation of the possibility of maybe meeting up with or messaging somebody who is a supporter of Donald Trump. Now she's talking about being scared to even go on dating apps at all. I mean, she's scared of conversations that are going to be happening over the internet, not actual dates, not meeting up with somebody in person. Like this is a new level of sort of Trump derangement syndrome. And I have to feel like something else is at play here, but let's finish out the video.
And the profile was so normal that I would never know.
Okay. So she's saying the profile was so normal that I will never know. I don't know if she's found herself in a situation where she spoke to somebody who she thought was nice and found out they were a Trump supporter, or if she's crying about the possibility of this taking place
I'm
for
confused.
her. But I think we can chill out a little bit. I think we can take a deep breath. At the very worst, you're finding yourself in a conversation with somebody you don't want to be in a conversation with, and you can back out of that conversation. In fact, dating apps make it unbelievably easy to do exactly that. Nothing to fret about here. It's going to be okay. But this is the demonization of Trump supporters really coming into full play here. A lot of people.
I mean, this is just how childish these people are. They can't literally cope with mundane things. Like maybe chatting with someone that has a different view than you is this devastating to someone.
People are interpreting those that have different political ideologies than them as completely evil human beings. They are
Correct.
Nazis, white nationalists, racists, bigots, homophobics, sexists, the list goes on and on and on. And if you have this sort of demonic, evil view of your political opposition, I guess this is how some of you would react to finding yourself in conversation with them unknowingly, especially.
It's just so funny because it's like the right and the left are just pure idiots anyways. They all go for their own thing. They all have their own agenda. Everybody's agenda is very similar, to control the people. Like, who cares if it's the left or the right, in a sense, like that to make it your own ideology, to make it your personal ideology. These people don't care about you. These ideologies don't care about you.
Especially if the conversation is of a romantic nature. But we can chill out. It's okay. You still have full agency over who you speak to, how you speak to them, whether or not you go on a date with them, and that's okay. And if you want to be so bold as to ask people their political affiliation on dating apps, apparently a lot of left-leaning women are already doing that online. So you can come straight out and ask people, who they voted for, what they're in support of. Now, I don't think it's going to be the most successful measure in terms of getting some valuable dates, but if you are this emotional about it, by all means, use that as a way to sort of weed out the people you don't want to talk to. But I have a feeling there are going to be other emotional and mental issues at play with this individual when it comes to dating in general. And I don't say that in order to be mean. I say that as seeing somebody who's clearly in emotional distress over something that is irrational to be in emotional distress over. You really should not have this reaction about the possibility of speaking to somebody who has differing political views.
It's funny how social media connected people, but also destroyed people's interaction with each other, right? Now everybody is just so one-sided. You must be in agreement with me on everything, especially on all my online takes, or else you're a nobody to me, and I hate you, and you should burn in hell. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time.